We call the Board of Mayor Aldermen meeting for Tuesday, April the 8th to order. The first thing we'll do is we'll have opening prayer by Pastor Johnny Bird of Legacy Church. So if you'd please stand for the prayer, and if you're able, remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor Johnny.
Father, thank you for the opportunity to get together in this space today. God, thank you for those who are being honored as Employee of the Year. God, thank you for our mayor and aldermen and the decisions that they and their entire team make to move our city forward. God, I pray there be a grace on them to hear what your Spirit is saying even now for our city. God, that we would have, again, I pray this prayer so often, Lord, may they have one ear turned toward heaven and one ear turned toward our citizens, God, that we make the best decisions to see our city go forward. God, give them a grace and an authority to do everything you've called them to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you read the future meetings into the record, please?
Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, April 10th, 6 p.m. YMCA Advisory Board, April 14th at 6 p.m. BPAC Advisory Board, April 14th at 6 p.m. Bartlett Arts Council, April 15th at 6 p.m. Design Review Commission, April 15th at 6:30 p.m. Board of Zoning Appeals, April 17th at 6:30 p.m.
At this time, we'll recognize, as usual practice, recognize any scouts, if any are present. And look like this group has graduated and older than that, so we'll move to the move down front because we have a Blue and Green Day proclamation we're going to present. Miss Franklin, if you're in the crowd to receive, and anybody that came with you, there you are. Good to see you again.
Always great to see you.
It's something we've done on an annual basis around here, and let me give you just a microphone, just say a little bit about what National Donation Life Preserves and why they do the Blue Green Day.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Dr. Talisa Franklin. I represent the Mid-South Transplant Foundation, where we truly are saving lives right here in our community. On this Friday is National Blue and Green Day. We're asking everybody to wear blue and green in observance of organ and tissue donation. As you may or may not know, there's over 100,000 people that are awaiting a life-saving transplant. 4,000 of those people live right here in the Mid-South. Did you know that one life can enhance the life of 72 others? So I would tell you, if you don't have the heart on your license, please do so, because when this life is over on this side, it's a blessing to be a blessing to somebody to live on through your life. So go to www.midsouth.transplant.org.
Did y'all get that? So keychains up here. So more than 100,000 Americans, we know 6,000 locally, but 4,000 in the Mid-South area are currently on the National Transplant Waiting List. Anybody in the room have anybody that they know waiting for that's on the transplant list? Paul, 1, 2, 3, quite a few folks around here. And so with another person is added to the waiting list every 8 minutes. So hopefully, depending on how long y'all keep us here tonight, there will be several added to the list that needs a donor. On average, 16 people die every day because the organs they need are not donated on time. We all can do our part to save lives by educating and encouraging our peers and loved ones to register an organ or a tissue donor. The City of Bartlett supports National Donate Life and Mid-South Transplant Foundation in its effort to bring life to men and women and children in need of a life-saving organ and tissue transplant. And we hold those who have saved lives through the gift of a donation in the highest regard and are grateful for their selflessness. So today, As Mayor of Bartlett, I proclaim that the 11th day of April, 2025 is Blue Green Mid-South Day. In Bartlett, we encourage all residents to promote the importance of organ and a tissue donation, and we're very thankful, Ms. Franklin, for all you do, the smile you bring to work every day. So, can you give her a round of applause? Next item on here, I'm going to ask Chief Constable and
Thank you, Mayor. We do have our PSAP Director, Julie Goodman, and some dispatchers. They'd like to come down. We would like to recognize them. You know, Mayor, come on down, dispatchers. Don't be shy. You know, Mayor, these dispatchers that are coming down they're the voice behind the mic, you know. You know, we average about 12 or 15,000 calls a month. And these are the ones that they field every call. Every call comes in, every call goes out. They take 911 calls, general calls, and they calls for service for not only police department, but fire and EMS. They are the ones that handle every call for every officer, every firefighter, and every paramedic. When you call into our department, these are the people, these are the employees that are going to get you the service that you need and the service you deserve. You never see them, you only talk to them, but they are the calm before every call, and they get to handle every call. And really, when you're in an emergency situation, the first person you're going to talk to, the first person you're going to get advice from, and the first person that you're going to get the results to be able to handle the situation are these folks right here. And we're very proud of them. They're going to be moving to their new home pretty soon, their new dispatch center. And May. We're going to say May. I've learned not to lock myself down no more, Mayor. But thank you. But we're very proud of them. Our PSAP director, Julie Goodman, has done a great job. And next week is our dispatch week, telecommunication week, and we want to celebrate them, Mayor. And I'm going to turn it back over to you.
so if somebody wanted to come by and gift them a cake or something to eat, I bet Miss Julia would take it, wouldn't you? We sure would. You take it. And I'll read this. It says, you know, so I guess basically, if it has a light on it, y'all want to make it come by. So emergencies can occur at any time and require that law enforcement, fire, and emergency medical services, whereas an emergency occurs, the prompt response of law enforcement officers, firefighters, EMS providers is crucial to the protection of life and the preservation of property. The safety of our law enforcement officers, firefighters, and EMS providers is dependent upon the quality and the accuracy of the information obtained from the citizens who contact Bartlett Dispatch. Have y'all ever had someone call in and you couldn't understand them? They was breathing so hard and talking so fast. So a word of advice, if you ever do call, is what, Miss Julia? Take a deep breath. Try to slow down. We tell Todd that all the time. We love you, Todd. Let's see. Public safety telecommunications are the first and most crucial contact our citizens have with emergency services. Public safety telecommunications are the signal vital link for our law enforcement officers, firefighters, EMS providers, and monitoring their activities by radio, providing them the information, ensuring their safety. Public safety telecommunications are critical to improving the chance of survival for the patients who experience sudden cardiac arrest by recognizing the need for, I can't read that word right there.
Cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
They didn't teach me that at Bartlett, but and other life-saving interventions prior to arrival of the EMS. So as a telecommunicator has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year, I, the Mayor of Bartlett, proclaim the week of April the 13th through the 19th to be National Public Safety Telecommunications Week in honor of all these people before you whose diligence and professionalism keeps our community and citizens safe. If you hadn't, Johnny, when is that now? It was April the 13th to the 19th? Is that what you said? That's what I thought you said. If you hadn't been out there to see this new Peace Out building, I think the chief would agree. Is there any like it in the Mid-South? I mean, when you walk in, you would think that you was in watching one of them shows up in New York with all the screens and all. So we're very proud to be able to have that grant from 911 and be able to put y'all out of the little cramped quarters that you're in and put you in this beautiful new place. You'll probably get dizzy looking at all the screens that are up there. So can y'all pull it in here? Come on, Chief, and we'll get a group picture. Is that what you said do, Deb? Isn't that what you told Todd to get done? Come on here, Miss Julia. Here we go.
Okay.
Can we give him a round of applause?
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, young man. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm going to ask our Chief Human Resource Officer, Ms. Lori, to come up, and we're about to do something that we only do one time a year.
Hi, good evening. Thank you all for being here today. What I'm going to do is take you through the Employee of the Year. These are individuals that it's my pleasure to announce 5 individuals for 2004. The Employees of the Year were each nominated by their department directors and then selected by Mayor Parsons. They will receive an award, a certificate signed by the mayor, and a cash award as well. With that, let's go ahead and start. Jeremy Carver, please come forward. Driver for the fire department, Jeremy Carver, submitted by Chief Gately and Assistant Chief Webster. So what I'd like to do is tell you a few kind words about Jeremy. First of all, Driver Carver began his full-time service with the department in 2003, has built a strong reputation for dependability and hard work. Last September, while serving as an acting officer, Driver Carver made a quick decision that led to the successful rescue of 2 residents trapped during the Quail Ridge apartment fire. His actions, along with those of his fellow firefighters, were captured on camera and witnessed by several bystanders. Battalion Chief Kevin Smith believes that their efforts saved 2 lives during this incident. Driver Carver has the perfect demeanor for this profession, maintaining a laid-back approach until the moment calls for decisive action. He is known for his genuine smile and friendly nature and is regarded as an all-around great guy. His commitment, performance, and character make him a truly deserving recipient of this recognition. Please help me congratulate Jeremy Carver. The next recipient is Laura Jenkins. Laura, please come forward. Laura Jenkins, Administrative Secretary, Code Enforcement Department, submitted by Director Trey Arthur. These are a few of their comments from her nomination. Laura Jenkins has worked for the city since 2010. Laura regularly goes above and beyond the requirements of her job. However, she has not only exceeded her job requirement as a clerk, but also has performed the duties of the Administrative Secretary position since March of 2024. When our senior coordinator was out on extended medical leave, Laura performed the responsibilities of the coordinator and clerk positions for 10 months. Laura receives continuous compliments from several City of Bartlett department contractors, citizens, and fellow coworkers for her friendliness and willingness to help others. Laura has recently been promoted to Administrative Secretary and exemplifies one of the city's principles to encourage city employees, while respecting the rules of government, to continue to be proactive, cordial, and helpful when working with citizens, developers, and businesses that have proposals, problems, or complaints to discuss. Please help me congratulate Laura Jenkins. Our next recipient, Officer Jared Martin. Police Officer Jared. Police Officer, Crime and Intelligence Analyst, submitted by Chief Cox and Deputy Chief Golden. Officer Jared Martin began his service with the city in 2007. Since then, he has been part of the Patrol Division, the Motors Unit, and the SWAT team. In 2020, he was assigned to the Investigative Services Division as a Crime and Intelligence Analyst and has since become an invaluable unit member. At its inception, Officer Martin's responsibilities included pulling statistical data, building analytical dashboards, and doing various other work for the divisions within the department. Officer Martin has remained self-motivated, selfless, and team-oriented. His work has led to significant improvements in the efficiency and effectiveness in our operations, helping others improve the overall operation of the department and the city of Bartlett. Officer Martin's leadership in digital forensic has significantly advanced the capabilities of the department, and his development of additional investigative techniques through digital platforms has led to many arrests, including 2 falsely reported bomb threat incidents. Identifying and locating an aggravated robbery suspect leading to a federal prosecution, and identifying suspects responsible for stealing $1.7 million in mail and checks. These are just a few examples that show Officer Martin is the perfect example of a team player who prioritizes the safety of our citizens and is an exemplary employee. Please help me congratulate Jared Martin. Our next person we would like to recognize is Billy Johnson, Building Services Technician. He is in General Services Division of Public Works, submitted by Director Matt Crenshaw. Here are a few of the comments for his nomination. Billy Johnson began working with the city in August of 2022. This past January, General Services was given an LED light conversion project on all interior and exterior lights in 18 city buildings. Billy is the lead technician on this project and has already completed 16 of the 18 buildings. Many of the lights had to be remounted and rewired. As a result of Billy's work, the city should see significant energy savings. In July of 2024, prior to the Mayor and Board of Aldermen meeting, a leak was discovered at City Hall in the ceiling above the records vault. General Services were notified and responded immediately. At that time, Billy discovered the ceiling above the vault was flooded. Billy helped move the historical documents and archive city documents to a safer location to prevent them from being damaged. When the plumbers arrived the next morning, Billy came asking to move the documents again to an even safer location. Billy has an outstanding get-it-done attitude and is willing to go the extra mile to ensure things are done right. He is a vital part of Public Works team, and we are thankful to have him. Please help me congratulate Billy Johnson. We have one more person I'd like to read the notes on. Celestine Willis is out sick today, but I do want to read her announcements, and we will be sure to give her award and her certificate and cash award. But let me tell you about Miss Willis, submitted by Paul Wright and Jimbo Graffin. Celestine Willis began working for the city in August of 2020. On July 6th of 2024, a badminton player finished his game in the gym at Singleton and walked to get some water. As he went back to court, he collapsed on the floor and was unconscious. Celestine immediately ran over to him to assess the situation. Realizing the situation was dire, she asked another player to call 911 and prepared to begin CPR. At the same time, another player who was a doctor ran over and began CPR instead. Celestine then took on the role of securing the scene and ensured that the AED and other medical supplies were gathered. She also made sure she was communicating with her manager on duty, along with other staff members and Singleton visitors on what to do, along with what to do next. Celestine took charge of the situation and made sure that everyone knew what to do and made sure the EMT, paramedics, and police knew where to go when they arrived. The next day, she visited the individual in the hospital and found out that he had suffered a massive heart attack, but that he was expected to make a full recovery. Thanks to Celestine's quick reaction time and her dedication to serve and take charge, everyone was able to assist this individual and save his life. His life was truly on the line, and she never flinched. She took the training she had received and put it quickly into action without hesitation. She is a huge asset to our team, and we are proud to present her as the Parks and Recreation Employee of the Year. Please help me congratulate Celestine Willis.
We certainly had a long list of names to pick from. We've got a lot of good employees here in the city, and just thankful for the opportunity to recognize 4 or 5 or however many it was tonight. And so now, as the auditorium is cleared, we'll move to the official business of the day. I have an announcement of a purchase of an emergency generator auto transfer switch for the Artie Road Water Plant from Lowry Electric at $69,680. Being in the water plant, it had a lot of corrosion and stuff in it, so we was concerned about the safety and well-being. That's why we're moving to, had to make this emergency purchase for this transfer switch. So now we move to approval of the minutes. Madam Clerk, we read item number 1 there under approval of the minutes.
Minutes of the March 11th, 2025 Board of Mayor and Aldermen regular meeting.
So you should have received the minutes.
Move we approve.
Been properly motioned and second. Madam Clerk, present the vote. Minutes are approved. Now we move to consent agenda. There's 6 items. Any board member remove any one item for separate discussion, if so? Seeing no one wishing to remove any items from the agenda, Madam Clerk, will you read the 6 items into the record, please?
Item 1, flashlight Easter egg hunt. Item 2, authorization to auction surplus property. Item 3, purchase picnic tables and benches. Item 4, purchase a 2025 Chevrolet Silverado custom crew cab. Item 5, purchase two 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT crew cabs. Excuse me. Item 6, contract for St. Elmo, Old Brownsville, Ellendale Billy Mayer Resurfacing Project, Environmental and Design Services.
You've heard all 6 items. Is there a motion to approve? Been properly motioned. Madam Clerk, please present the roll. Got a question, Kevin?
Nothing's coming up. There it is.
There we go. Agenda is approved. Now we move to new business. Item number 1. Madam Clerk, are you ready?
Item 1, appoint Steve Hogle to City Beautiful Commission.
Steve, you in the crowd? Stand up. Everybody, folks, we sure appreciate you volunteering, so thank you. Any discussion? Madam Clerk? Steve, you passed that with flying colors, son. Madam Clerk, item number 2 under new business.
Resolution 1225, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an interjurisdictional agreement between the City of Bartlett and the City of Lakeland.
I'll ask the Director of Engineering, John Horn, or Assistant Director, Aaron, to come forward for an explanation.
All right, I put a little PowerPoint together for you guys so we can just... All right, basically this is a resolution to approve the Lakeland IJA. That's the interjurisdictional agreement between City of Bartlett and the City of Lakeland for sewer treatments. We currently have the area of Davies, which drains underneath Interstate 40 to Lakeland and then goes through Lakeland to Memphis treatment. Lakeland is pulling that section off of Memphis sewer, and they are going to redirect it to their wastewater treatment plant. So we have the opportunity to pull our sewer off of Memphis, which, if you've been following Memphis sewer, is probably a good idea for us. This outline kind of the interjurisdictional agreement, I'm going to call that the IJA from now on, kind of outlines those treatment parameters and what we would agree to or not agree to for that treatment. There are 2 areas over there. The southern area drains, well, all of it drains south right now, but the southern area, which is the southern portion of Plantation Estates and the Preserve at Bartlett apartment complex, will continue to drain south through Lakeland. And then the upper portion of Davies, we have the opportunity to take the pump station and force main offline and gravity drain that through to Lakeland's new gravity sewer, which is a better design because it doesn't depend on electricity and pumping. So this kind of goes in. It involves pulling that pump station offline and putting in new gravity sewer that will go through 4 properties up in Davies. So we'll have to do sewer acquisition for those. All of those people have been spoken to, but we haven't worked those out yet. Just some things that kind of go, this is a 25-year agreement, so it would run from now to 2050, and then it has an option for a 25-year renewal. It covers about 500 parcels out in Davies. We have agreed to install and maintain flow readers, so we can flow meters, so we can get an accurate reading of how much flow we're pushing through, so we can make sure we're charged appropriately. The City of Lakeland will bill us, and then we will bill our residents just like we always have. They're not going to see a difference in how they're getting billed. We won't be charged more than Lakeland's residents, and our portion of the cost for this is proportional based on the amount of flow to their total capacity of flow in those lines.
Second.
Any discussion? Alderman Reeves.
So the sewer that was flowing through Lakeland into Memphis, was that counted as Lakeland's contribution to Memphis sewer, or was that our contribution to, what I'm basically asking is, if we're taking it all out of Memphis and putting it into Lakeland's sewer treatment plant, does that benefit us any on the Memphis side in terms of how much we're discharging from a sewer viewpoint? Is there any benefit? Can we open up any development because we're
there's not a lot of area for development over there, and it's a different basin than like the Fletcher Creek Basin that we all talk about. It's not in that same basin.
All right, perfect.
Basically that basin there. Yeah, if in case there's a vacant lot, maybe.
Right.
Something like that. There's really no new development over there. So, Alderman Quinn.
Are you done? Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. Hey, Aaron. So I have a question about the cost difference between what Memphis was charging that was going to Memphis versus Lakeland. Do you know what that's going to be?
I do not.
Okay.
Lakeland reevaluates their sewer rates fairly frequently.
Yeah.
I would assume that it would be maybe slightly higher as they try and finance some of the construction that they're having to do, but I can't really speak to that.
Because this was Scotts Creek, right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. So I guess we'll know sometime after the contract's executed.
Well, yes, and they vote on their sewer rates pretty every year, so maybe after their budget goes through. We know it would be for this year, but they increase them pretty frequently.
Yeah, I just was curious because if it is a big difference, then we'll have to adjust ours for
Correct.
that area. Be kind of confusing. So, but thank you.
There's a lot of adjustments going to be made, Kevin, because it's a pretty significant contribution in the capital cost of it too. Right. So anyway, any other questions? Hearing no more questions, Madam Clerk, send the roll. Resolution 12-25 passes. So now we move to open discussion. Anybody on the board have anything they wish to say? Alderman Reeves.
Two things. First of all, phenomenal job by the city during the last 10,000-year flood we had this past week, the 5 days of the deluge. Also, I'd like to say, and I kind of mentioned this socially, that I am significantly impressed at how well the utility grid held up during this last event. I mean, it's obvious MLGW has really been doing some phenomenal work because we hiccup power one time for maybe 30 seconds over all those days. So I'm gonna have to give credit where credit's due because a couple years ago it was kind of hard on MLGW and it was like we need to get the heck out of here. But I think it kind of reflects what quality leadership can do to an organization. So I want to publicly say that I think MLGW is pretty much doing a hell of a job. I know there's some other areas that they need to focus on, but so far I definitely feel like, and I'm going to chalk this up to the mayor and Steve and that relationship they've had with Doug and making sure that Bartlett is prioritized in that work. And it showed up during this last storm. So thank you very much on all the hard work with working with those guys. Next question I have is, I know we're getting into paving season, and we're starting to get a lot of questions about which roads are going to be paved, when are they going to be paved. Is there like a schedule that we're going to publish anytime soon to kind of provide to the public?
Yes, it is. In fact, some of it has already started. And do we want Aaron or do we want John?
Sorry, John.
Come on, John.
I know you're comfortable back there.
Yeah.
I promise you, we're probably all seeing this and getting hit by this, so it'd be, just getting ahead of it.
You're talking about for 2026?
Yeah, for this paving season, yes.
Okay. So currently, if maybe even when you leave here tonight, I'd encourage you to go down Alturia, turn on Star Valley, a couple of streets before, and you're going to see those roads have been recently paved. We've got another area over off Alturia, Angelin. That area over there is also in the current paving program. We've also got, if you were to get out on Brunswick Road and take Brunswick from all the way north, across Highway 70, hit Old Brownsville Road, make a left onto Old Brownsville, take that to Germantown, take Germantown south, and then go to Memphis-Arlington, all the way down Memphis-Arlington. That's been crack sealed. So that's been crack sealed for a number of months in preparation for what we're calling a fog and chip seal for those same roads. Memphis-Arlington between Germantown Parkway, and Brunswick. Brunswick Road between Memphis, Arlington, and Old Brownsville. That same Old Brownsville Road section from Brunswick to Germantown, and then the section of Germantown Road just down to 70. So that's going to be a fog and chip seal. That's in this current 2025 paving program. We're also going to go over into Hunter's Walk, and we're going to do an application over there. We paved Hunter's Walk about 7, 8 years ago. We're going to put I'm going to call it a sealer. It's called HA5, but it's a type of sealer that's supposed to lock in the moisture to keep it from, hopefully, seal the moisture in, keep it from cracking. And that's just what we're trying to get done between now and June 30th of this year. And so as far as what's coming after in 2026, Becky's working on that. Okay. And we just met with the mayor and Steve last week to get an idea of how much funding we have for the upcoming budget year. And Becky's going to be working on that in the next couple of weeks for the next cycle of paving. We also submitted for about $50 to $60 million in TDOT funding. We only got about, I think, 20 million of that over the next 5 years of future projects. Coming down the pike, I would say in the next few years, we've got TDOT funding that is going to come here in about a year or two for Brunswick Road, and that's going to be from Lakeside all the way to Memphis, Arlington. We've also got Elmore and Elmore Park that we're going to be using TDOT funding to pave those roads. That's coming right around the block.
Do we have like a publishable doc that we can disseminate maybe through communications or something like that? That way people just know what's kind of going to happen this last quarter. Because I get asked about it a lot. I mean, when are you paving my road? What roads are up? And I share with them that we grade the roads. We have a objective way that we do it, right? Yeah. But it'd be helpful if we can figure out how to either publish quarterly or just on a regular basis to the public.
I think Todd's been publishing on social media this cycle that we're doing. Yeah. And I'd just like to say...
Or is it just as you go, or is it comprehensive?
As we go.
Okay. The problem is that when you go as we go, and it's not a problem, people don't see the aggregate of the work that's happened, so it's like, they don't.
It's not their street.
Yeah, it's not their street. So I'm just trying to figure out how we figure that out. You guys can talk about it, come up with a solution. It's all good. Just trying to figure out how to better forward things to people that say, this is what we're doing this fiscal year, what we're planning to do, and then, or this.
Usually we do that with our yearly bid.
Yeah.
Like when we get into FY26, when we bid that out, typically to Standard, Lehman Roberts, whoever's the low bidder, we typically advertise that as a part of the board of mayor and aldermen. But we could certainly do that more often.
We can do a better job of refreshing that.
It's just roads is top of mind for everybody, top of mind, and they're not going to remember something that we published a year ago. So I think that's one of those things we can publish on a more frequent basis.
I'd just like to add to what John said, that this year you're going to see some different. Typically, when we've done repaving, you've seen either a total overlay or a remill and an overlay, and we're using some different products and we're mixing it up to try to don't wait till it completely fails, but put some longevity, additional longevity, some of the investments that we've been making. So there's probably 3 different products that we've been using this year that we're really seeing how that works out. And so.
Yeah, and I guess the weather, the extreme conditions, along with probably the earthquake-related activity on the loamy soil. I guess that's the reason why our roads get in the condition they get in faster. I mean, we've been trying to give people an explanation. Why do our roads not last as long as they used to? Blah, 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 blah. And I think I just basically tell them that extreme weather conditions play havoc with roads just in general, right?
It does affect them.
And where we're located, so, But thank you. I just appreciate the update and the heads up, and
sure.
Thank you for your transparency.
This region's bad about freezing and thawing. And so now we move to, was you through, Mr. Alderman Griffin?
Yeah. I was asked by the Bartlett High School Band to remind everyone of their jazz night and silent auction on Tuesday, April 22nd at 6:30 in the high school cafeteria. It's a great fundraiser. It's a great event. Some fantastic music from some talented young people in our high school. So please, everybody, go out and support them.
Thank you. Any other alderman? Yes. Alderman Quinn.
Hey, thank you. I just want to echo what Alderman Reeves said. I really appreciate what all the employees did. Police and fire responding in the monsoon, and public works going and unclogging stuff, and and cleaning the bridge by the library. That was a feat in itself. So just thank y'all for everything you did. I know the weather was just awful to be out in, so really want to thank y'all.
Anyone else? At this time, any director? Mr. Paul Wright, who's always right.
Can't be wrong when you're right? Well, we're about to kick off event season officially. We, of course, had the Bayou Bash a couple weeks ago. This weekend, we have our annual Easter extravaganza at W.J. Freeman Park. We're excited to be partnering with the Bartlett Lions Club this year to have what's called a beeping egg hunt, which is a new concept for Bartlett, first time it's ever happened here. So the purpose of a beeping egg hunt is to provide an opportunity for those who may be visually impaired or may have other special needs that wouldn't be able to participate as easily in a traditional egg hunt. So we'll have our traditional egg hunt, but also a beeping egg hunt for those who have some special needs. We'll have inflatables set up. The Rec Rover is going to be there. The Easter Bunny is going to be on site as well. So come on out to W.J. Freeman Park this Saturday from 9 to noon. That's a free event. Also, later at the end of the month, we'll have our Keep Bartlett Beautiful Day on April the 26th, where we'll be focusing on 3 different parks for cleanup. W.J. Freeman Park will be one, also Ellendale and Stone Ridge Parks. That's from 9 to noon on Saturday, April the 26th. Anyone who's interested in volunteering for that event, reach out to our office. You can send me an email. That's pwright@cityofbartlett.org, or call us at 901-385-5590. Follow us on the socials. We've also got all the details there.
Thank you. Mr. Todd, Chief Communications. If you'd also share, Todd, that the post that you put up about potholes too on the social media.
Absolutely. So potholes first. I put up a post earlier today on how to report potholes in your neighborhood. Go to cityofbartlett.org, hit citizen concern, follow the tabs down to pothole, and just fill in the information, and we'll get Public Works to take a look at it as soon as we can. And I just want to say how impressive it was that Paul did that with no notes. That was really good. So after we get done with the Easter egg hunt on Saturday, Sunday, a group of Bartlett area churches are going to be getting together at W.J. Freeman Park in the A. Keith McDonald Pavilion from 2 until 4 p.m. for Palm Sunday. They'll be having services there. A band called Zion's Calling will be playing, and they wanted to make sure that we invited everybody out there. Bring your lawn chair. Come spend the day out there with the Bartlett area faith-based organizations. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Felicia.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to go ahead and promote Saturday, the April 19th. We have our very first Bartlett Book Bonanza. We have over 30 local authors that will be coming to the library from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, selling their books, talking about writing, how to be published author, and we'll have other games and activities for children, face painting. So please come out to the library on Saturday, April 19th for the first Bartlett Book Bonanza.
Thank you. Any other directors? Seeing none come forward, if a citizen's completed the open discussion citizen forum prior to the start of the meeting, you may come forward this time, state your name and address for the record. You'll have up to 3 minutes, at which time a buzzer will sound, and you must sit down. Total limit of 20 minutes for open discussion.
Good afternoon. My original time to come here was to talk about garbage at the Connector Road in my little cutoff section of the old Brownsville Road, even though I did promise Mr. Horn that I was going to call and talk about the roads, and I appreciate you talking about that, sir. Of our section being paved, a lot of people have been hounding me to come and talk to you all about that. So I see there is a schedule, and we may not get touched this year, but hopefully next year our road would get paved and maybe patched. Can we get patched and cracks done in? But,
she's no different than the rest of everybody else, so come on.
Now, for some reason, all of a sudden, our little connector road has become a garbage collecting point. And I wonder, is there something we could put, like a dumpster there or something that people can just go and put their stuff in there? And then there's this one little section that's connected to Connector Road that's not a road, really. It goes back into the ditch that's paved, and people have been parking up in there. And so, I don't know.
So are these people residents dumping or people coming in dumping?
Good question. I don't know.
We can look into that. We need to stop if it's people dumping, period, and don't provide a dumpster and put it in.
Right, because we're not a junk.
Yes, ma'am. We can get with Chief Cox and see if we can put some surveillance on that.
All right.
Thank you. Anybody else? She sure did she? But we'll get her to come back up. She'd like to do that. Yes, sir.
Hello, my name is Brad Less. I'm a sheriff candidate for 2026 for the election. I wanted to introduce myself and give a little bit of history to the city of Bartlett. I've got 30 years of law enforcement experience. I've also got about 15 years with the United States Coast Guard as a special agent with CJIS. I'm looking at changing a lot of things within the county. You've got a lot of municipalities that we all have some have their own police department, some don't. But what you need to see more of is the sheriff. As the top law enforcement officer in the Shelby County area, just because Bartlett has its own police department doesn't mean they don't have the sheriff's office there supporting them. And I think that some of the work that we've done in the past with Bartlett could be a lot better. So a couple of key points that I wanted to touch on was crime in the entire county, rehabbing the jail and education programs within the jail programs, and we have a serious narcotics problem flowing through that jail as well. So battling that's going to be an interesting feat. More community involvement involving the sheriff's office, and looking at more youth education programs regarding violent crime and how we can get our children out of that mindset. So one of the big things that I'm looking at doing is making Shelby County safe again. And I think that's going to be it's going to be hard, but with the right people in the job, we will accomplish that. So again, I've got social media as well. It's electbradless.com for my email address or for my website, as well as a social media Facebook and Twitter page. Follow me for all kinds of neat updates and meet and greets if you like to. Mayor, I didn't get a chance to see you, but I've got a card for you.
Thank you. I've got one.
You got one? Okay, good deal. And I'll be around if anybody has any questions within the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Anyone else? Before the meeting, before you leave, just make sure we got your name and address. You're down here before you leave, because we didn't get that for the record there. You sure has? Okay, good deal. She's better than I thought she was. So anybody else wish to come forward? Seeing no one else come forward, meeting adjourned.